Warning, this is an official National Safety Institute broadcast. We have an official code Eugene. I repeat, code Eugene. Stay tuned for further instructions.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Night Owl channel, and welcome to a very different video than my normal stuff. If you did not read the description at the beginning of the video, definitely recommend reading it again or just being prepared for a very non-kid friendly, non-PG video as we get into the meat of this video. Now, the reason for the intro and of course the title is because we got a code Eugene on our hand.
Yes, man, go there. Hey, Eugene.
The Eugenes have infiltrated the Clash of Clans community, and unfortunately I'm still dealing with one as of today. Before we get into the story and what's going on, this video was inspired by the leading expert in this field known as Birdman. Definitely would recommend going over to his channel and checking out. He does tons of videos on these types of people, and you'll get a lot more familiar on what a Eugene is. I'm going to put a couple definitions up from Urban Dictionary on what a Eugene is, which also originates from the leading expert known as Birdman. So it turns out there is a Eugene in the Clash of Clans community, and unfortunately I was affected by one. But there probably is more than just this going on. I'm pretty sure there's more events like this happening than we think. If you go and check out also my boy Gaming with Techo 6, his latest video is about a Eugene trying to do pretty much the exact same thing that this guy was doing. Alright, so definitely check that out as well. You'll notice that these Eugenes are definitely all over the place. They're just hidden in plain sight. Alright, so before we get into the video, let's talk about the background of what's going on and why I'm claiming that this is a code Eugene. Now, as we go through the story, I'm going to be putting in clips from that stream, so that way it makes more sense for people who didn't see the stream and it puts it more into context. So let's first dive into the story of why this happened and what happened that triggered this Eugene. So about a month ago, I was streaming Clash of Clans on Friday like I usually do, and he was in the chat and he was saying some weird stuff. It's so weird the way these Eugenes work, man. So he was in the chat and he was like, yeah, I sent you a $15 gift card to your email, right? Even though he had the option to super chat of how powerful it is. I'm gonna send like $15 to you as an email. No, it's not me. Okay, cool. You know, E9, you could have just pressed this button down here that says show your support for that. Now it's a money sign. If you just left click on it, you can click on super chat, and that's a donation. So what I did is I checked my email because I had multiple tabs open, and I was like, I don't see it, but I did notice that there was a Supercell login. So for those who aren't aware of how Clash of Clans works, in order to log into an account, you need an email and a Supercell login ID code. Alright, so I'm looking at my email and I'm looking for this gift card that allegedly was sent to me, and all I see is a Supercell login ID that happened at like 5:20 when I started my stream before that. So that means I prompted for a code while streaming, which doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't see it here though. I see a Supercell login at 5:21. Supercell ID login at 5:21. Alright, so after I noticed the code was unusually prompted for, I assumed that somebody had access to my email. Alright, I assumed that, you know, the email I had associated with my main Clash of Clans account had an easy password, and whoever was watching, that guy, put in the password and got access to my account, logged into my email on his device, right, prompted for the code, and was attempting to log into my account at this point. Give me 1 second. So after I assumed that somebody logged into my email and had the, you know, password to it, I started to like panic a little bit, and I was like, fuck, man, I need to see what the fuck, how did they get into my thing? So what I accidentally did was swipe down on my notifications, and what I did before it was actually change my password quickly. So like I said, I mean, I was assuming that he had access to my password, and I want to change it fast. So that's what I did on stream. I did it super quick. What happens when you change your password is you get this little warning symbol on your phone, and that means that something has changed on your email that's very critical. All right, so I started to freak out when I accidentally swiped down. And what the way Android works is that when you swipe down one time, you can see all the symbols for every notification that you have. And one of the symbols, or a few of the symbols, were maybe a couple warning signs or something. And I swiped down all the way, which revealed the code, which was what the guy was waiting for. So as soon as I swiped down on that notification and the code was revealed, all he had to do was rewind and pause the stream and then copy the code onto his phone and he could log in, which did happen. So on stream, I had to deal with somebody logging into my main account while I was trying to stream. And the funny thing about this whole thing, I'm gonna show you here in the clip, it's just so fucking strange how their fucking brain works. He was talking, so this is what happened. He got into my account, and he says something like it's mine now or whatever, and then he has another account. So he's done this multiple times, and as we go further into the video, I'm going to show you more proof of this motherfucker's insane sociopathic tendencies. He was talking to himself like, what the hell's going on? After he got into my account, said this is mine, and then he says, oh, what's going on? What the hell? With an account that he also took from another person. So after that, we had a little bit of tug of war with my account, and it just ended up being this annoying. Like this started a whole 2 to 3 day process that was just fucking annoying to deal with. As we get through more and more of the story, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. This is just it was so fucking annoying dealing with this bullshit ass fucking Eugene. Anyway, so what I did next, I got back into my account, my main one, for about 5 seconds, and it was the leader of my clan. All right, so what I did when he let me have about like a minute, so I was like, it was about maybe a minute of access, I took my leader account and then I gave it to my second account, so that way he couldn't, kick out any of my members or change anything with the clan and stuff like that. So I changed it real quick, and then I went over to my second account and demoted that account all the way down to membership, so he didn't have any powers or anything like that. And then we began to talk. So first he came out kind of aggressive, as I'll show you guys here in the clip. As you can see, he's going, he's pretty aggressive with it, calling me a bitch and a pussy and all this other shit because he got lucky with his fucking phishing attempt. He's not a fucking hacker, he's a phisher, all right? There's a difference between hacking and phishing. If he got my email and password by guessing it, that's a hack. He hacked the email and got it. But he just fished for all he did was fish for the code, and that's how he got access to the things. And he's not a fucking hacker. Giving him the title hacker is a little bit too much credit for this little fucker. So he fished for my account, and then we had a little conversation, and he was kind of like, oh, I'm not gonna talk, or he's like, oh, I'm not gonna give it back, I'm gonna delete this shit. And at that point in time, I didn't know that Clash of Clans is really built to where you can't really, it's not designed to delete accounts. Like, it's really difficult to delete an account in Clash of Clans, and I didn't find it out until later after the stream when I had time to research and do all the stuff I need to do in order to prepare for that. But that's what he was threatening. I'm gonna delete your accounts. I already stopped all your all your upgrades and all that bullshit. And I'm like, this is fucking annoying. My heart's racing, so I'm like, shit, I'm about to lose my fucking best account. And then I came to a realization. I was like, look, if it happens, it happens. You gotta prepare yourself for the worst case scenario, and that's what I was doing on stream. And I was kind of trying to use a little bit of reverse psychology on this guy, because the best thing you can do against somebody who's like toying with you or has something of yours that you really want is to basically kill it in your mind. And that's what I was basically trying to present with this guy. Of course, I was like, please, can I have it back? What can I do to get it back? And he doesn't really seem like the negotiating type. So the second option for me was to just kill it in my mind. And it was just like, fine, you want to keep the fucking account, keep the fucking account. Of course, I didn't say it like that, because I don't want to come across aggressive with this guy, because then he's going to come across aggressive. Well, like a hostile person, you can't come across aggressive, or else they're going to become aggressive with you. So I was just kind of like, look, man, if you want to keep it, fine. It kind of made him become a little softer, and he was like, look, man, I'm not going to keep the account anyway. You can have it, finish your stream, and I'm not going to really be using it anyway. Little did I know that was a fucking lie. So the stream ended, and I went to sleep, and the next day, I log into Clash of Clans to get onto my main account to see where it's at, and it's in some other fucking clan, because this guy decided to take it to some other clan because he now has the power to get into top tier clan. It's a pretty stacked fucking account. So I go back into my clan and I see what he says, and it's like, just kidding, I'm gonna keep using this because it's fucking godlike or whatever. And if you have a fucking problem with it, you can take it up with Supercell, motherfucker. Some stupid, degrading fucking message that got me boiled up, and I'm like, all right, shit, all right, well, now I'm definitely going to contact Supercell through all of my accounts to help expedite this process, which it didn't. But so that happened, and then I don't have the screenshots for it. I don't have a screenshot for a lot of conversation off stream. Unfortunately, I didn't take as many screenshots as I wanted to, but Some of my members that were in the clan were, talking to him and kind of just getting him more riled up. Like I said before, you don't want to be aggressive with somebody who is also in an aggressive mind state, as you can see from a couple screenshots here. Some of my members, he's not a member anymore, but his name was Chance. But he was very aggressive with the phisher. I'm not going to call him a hacker. He doesn't deserve that credit. But he was very aggressive with them, calling him names and stuff like that, and that's all going to make him angry and, be like, all right, I'm done or whatever. I'm going to delete the account now. You fucked it up or whatever. And all of my other members, by the way, let me give you a shout out to all you guys who's stuck with me through this shit, because it was just fucking annoying as hell to deal with. And I really appreciate you guys for really, trying to help me out as much as you can. So definitely want to just give you guys a quick shout out, because your guys' support means the world to me. Anyway, enough of that sappy shit. All right, let's talk about so what happened after that. So again, I don't have a lot of screenshots of the conversation while he had the account, but basically what happened next was, like I said, I contacted Supercell, and it took them like 6 to 7 hours for them to finally respond to me. And by the time they responded to me, I already had the problem solved by myself. All right, so this is what happened next. I went to Instagram because he was like, I have an Instagram and you want to talk? And I'm like, whatever, let's do it. Because I was looking for any opportunity in order to get my account back. So I went to Instagram and I got all the screenshots for that. So I'm gonna put them up on the screen while we go through it. So it first started off with simple conversation of like, why are you doing this? Can I have it back? What can I do? Stuff like that. And then it went into more of like how he does this to other people. So I found out he does it to tons of other people, and he sent me a screenshot of him basically doing a similar process of phishing another person for their account. That's why he has so many of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
If Supercell or YouTube is watching, ban this motherfucker, because he does not deserve to be on the internet. This motherfucker's just bringing evil into the world, and he needs to be fucking shut the fuck down. All right, so as we develop more into our conversation, it switches to him talking about how he fucks over other people to, I want another account. All right, and this is where he comes up with his, he proposes a deal. So he's like, I want another account, as you can see on the screenshot. And I was like, if he's got so many, why do you want mine? He's like, because I deleted one or whatever. And he's like, my shit's godly, whatever. And he's like, I have my, as you can see, you can read this screenshot as you can see. But basically what happens is that he's like, I want to make a deal where you give me your second best, right? Your second best for the main one. And I was like, I don't want to do that at first, because first of all, just doing that, just trading, my main for the second didn't really achieve anything. It didn't give me back what I want. I wanted all my accounts. Why does he feel like he deserves any of my accounts anyway? This is the Eugene part I'm talking about. So first of all, he was kind of sociopathic in the beginning when he's talking to himself, like, oh, what's happening, when he's the fucking person fucking with me. And then he thinks that he's entitled to my fucking second account because he's deciding to give back my first account. Can you believe this shit? Like, do you have to understand the process in your fucking brain to be like, oh yeah, I took your shit, but here, I'll give it back to you. Give me something else first. Like, what the fuck kind of bullshit ass fucking process is that? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But he comes up with this idea, all right? And this idea was, as you can tell by the screenshots, first of all, he's like, I'm going to delete everything. I don't even care. I'm like not even going to play Clash anymore. And then I'm like, so what the fuck do you want my account for? And he's like, I just want it. I'm like, what the fuck kind of, whatever. All right. So the deal that he made with me was that he wanted to give me my main account for my second best one. And I was like, no, at first. But then, as you can tell by the screenshot, he says, I'll delete first, which means he'll delete the email first, and then I'll send him the code in order to log into my second account, right? So this is why I said he, doesn't really deserve a credit as a hacker, because hackers are a lot fucking smarter, and they would understand, first of all, the basic mechanics of the game is if you delete the email that you needed in order to log in, how the fuck are you going to get that email back if you don't remember it? And you're going to need a new code once you delete the email off your phone. I was like, all right, bet. So he said he's going to delete it first. He actually sent me a video of him deleting the shit off his phone. And at first I was kind of skeptical because, again, he could have just sent me a video of him deleting just a fake one. And I would have had a whole new mess to deal with, but he was dumb as shit and fucking deleted it. So I got full access back without having to give him anything.
Too bad, Eugene.
And of course, as you can see by the next screenshot here, I said my dad called. I just made that up so I didn't have to talk to him. But after that, he gets fucking pissed. He's like, do your part now. Answer the fucking text, dude. He's all pissed off because I didn't send him the code because he wants my second account. Again, it's this Eugene mentality of, hey man, I took your shit, give it back. Like, it's so fucking dumb. Like, why the fuck do you deserve, why are you entitled to my shit? My shit. Like, it has nothing to do with this motherfucker. He didn't understand that part. He just kept saying, like, oh, because I gave you your shit, you know, I just want the account, I did what you asked me to. And as you can see here, you know, I'm getting a little cocky. All right, and it fucking, like, I think Karma, like, looked at me and was like, you're about to get fucked again. All right, so as you can see by the screenshot, I was like, you know, I got my account back, fuck you, I'm not giving you my account back. He's like shaking my head or whatever, and he's like, because you said you would trade me, you said if you delete, you know, he's like trying to rationalize the fact that he stole my fucking account in the first part. Like, what the fuck are you talking, like, you think that's a, it was just, it didn't make any sense to me how his fucking brain works. So as you can see, he continues to harass me with video chats. He's like, join up pussy. He's like trying to call me names and stuff like that. And I'm just laughing at how funny this is because, you know, he scammed me to get my shit and I scammed him right back. And I was telling my members that too. I was like, yeah, I'm good now. You know, I scammed his ass and we don't have anything to worry about anymore. So anyways, you can see by the text, I wasn't going to make this fucking video. I didn't want to. Like, I'm not out to destroy fucking people. I don't even, like, it's not on my radar to take down other fucking people. But as you can see by the next text on Sunday, right? Sunday, 8:37 p.m., he says, hey, you really should have kept your word, man. I'm like laughing still because, again, I haven't logged into Clash at this point, and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And he's like, you know, shouldn't have fucked me over, now it's my turn. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Again, I'm laughing at him because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And he's like, get online. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I get online to my main account. So I log on to my main account, and as you can see by the screenshot, some guy or some fool is now the leader of my clan and has kicked out like all my members. Like, I didn't get the screenshots of everybody, but he literally kicked out every single person in my clan, right? This is the middle clan war league. This is like, he's completely fucked over my entire clan with his actions basically at this point. And I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you get my account? Because again, he deleted the email off of his phone, right? And the way he gets it back is by putting the email back on, right? And then he prompts for a code. So what basically happened was, you can see by the next screenshot, is that he basically spent the whole motherfucking day. This guy has no fucking life. This is why he's a fucking Eugene. Not, and all the other stuff, the sociopathic tendencies, all that bullshit. He spent the whole motherfucking day. The whole motherfucking day. Let me back up from the mic here so you guys don't bleed your ears out. The whole motherfucking day putting in numbers, putting in codes, you know, and he got lucky with one. I thought he sat there all day and was going 000, 0001. I thought he went from like in like order for every single fucking number. But he got fucking lucky, and apparently he was just hitting random fucking buttons and he got my shit. Like, dead ass serious. That's how he fucking got back into my fucking account. And I'm like, fuck. Because at this point, remember, with the Supercell contact, I already told him I took care of it at this point. And that's what I was talking about. Like, he fucking got into my account after I told him that I got it back. So I had to recontact Supercell after telling them that and being like, hey, he got back into my account. Not this one. The one that I was contacting them on wasn't the account that got hacked. I was like, it's not this one. It's my main Tile 12. I need you to log him out. So it takes a few hours for them to respond. But within these few hours, he pretty much just trolled the whole fucking clans. Like I said, he kicked them everybody out, but he re-invited everybody back to finish CWO because I actually got onto a video call, I got onto a video call with him on Instagram. We were talking about it, and just by the way he sounds, he sounds like he's a kid in high school, young kid in high school. He has nothing better to do but to just sit around and evolve into a motherfucking Eugene because he's got nothing better to do with his fucking life. Even though he claimed during our conversation, he was like, I do sports and all this other bullshit, and I have no time for class. But apparently he has this much time to fucking fuck with me because I fucked with him first. Let's take a look at the ending screenshots here of our conversation. As you can see at the end of the chat there, I was like, you spent that much, like you have that much spite and hate that you spent the whole day just trying to get codes. And he's like, you fucked me over, had to be done. Like he didn't start this whole fucking, like, I don't understand the process behind this. Like, he's mad. Like, the reason that he did this, right? He was mad because I didn't give him my account after he fished for my original account. How the fuck does that make sense that you took my account, even though he was proclaiming that, oh, I don't fucking play Clash anymore, I don't do this anymore, I'm getting bored with Clash or whatever, and you're still fucking mad about it? How does that make any fucking sense? Like, these fucking Eugenes, like, they don't understand basic human, like, common sense. Like, if you're not interested in the game, why the fuck are you fucking with me? Anyway, that was the end of our conversation, pretty much. And so now it was in the hands of Supercell, who is the developer of the game Clash of Clans, for people who don't know, and you made it this far in the video. Again, I just want to apologize how long this video is. It's just because there was a lot that happened within these 2 or 3 days, and it's still fucking going on today, as I'll get to towards the end of the video. But anyway, I contacted Supercell. It took them like 6-7 hours to get back to me. I think I did it overnight, so like I texted them at nighttime, because again, it was Sunday night, and they got back to me in the morning time. And I'm gonna put the screenshots up on the screen here of my Supercell conversation and blurring out where I need to, in case he wants to fucking watch this video and try to find some way to fuck with me again. I've already took off all of my streams that I show my emails in, and I've already blocked all of my shit to where, you know, I basically covered all my ends. So anyway, so here's this conversation with Supercell. It took them a little while to get back to me. So I had to do it on my second account, because my main one, if you look at this screenshot, they locked it, which was good. All right, they locked my shit, and the only thing I could do was contact them or put a code in, and they had access to give me the code. Like, they were the only ones who can give me the code. All right, so to verify that it was actually my account, they asked me for like old receipts from when I bought stuff on the account, and what phones did I used to play it on, and I think a couple other things like that. But eventually I got verified for it, and they're like, okay, it makes sense now. Now what we need to do is disconnect the old email from it and put a new one attached to it. So I gave them the new email, and they basically disassociated the old one and put the new one in there, and then I had full access to it, and there's no way he could get into it now, because he would have to guess the new email. I didn't block him right away on Instagram or YouTube or anything, because I wanted to make sure that he didn't have access to my second account. Again, remember, I sent that screenshot to him, but I don't remember if he I don't know if he screenshotted it or not. Like, if he screenshotted it and had access to that email, then he could sit around all day and fucking, you know, guess that fucking code and then get access to my second account. So I waited like maybe a day before I blocked him on Instagram. So that deleted all the messages that were there. And then I blocked him on YouTube and all that other bullshit. And basically he has no access to talk to me unless he's fucking in the clan right now, or in any of my clans, and just fucking sitting back and lurking like a fucking creeper, like every other fucking Eugene in this fucking planet. But the point is that it took me 2-3 days to deal with this motherfucker, because he decided it was all for fun. Even though he says he doesn't, you know, when we had our conversation, we talked over video chat. So we were basically talking, and he was just like, yeah, I'm not even like, you know, into Clash that much. I play sports. I do other things. Clash is not even that important. Even though he could spend the whole day fucking putting codes in until, you know, he fucking gets what he needs to log into the fucking account. It's fucking hypocritical as shit and a little sociopathic, but, you know, he claims not to be a fucking Clash addict, whatever the fuck he wants to call it. Anyway, the point is that it took me about 2 to 3 days to resolve this whole process, and it's just dealing with these motherfucking Eugenes is annoying. Again, like I said, he could be in the clan right now. He's probably watching this fucking video and, you know, planning his next fucking attack, because he has nothing better to do with his fucking life. But I apologize for the language. Again, the discretion at the beginning was for you know, everybody. But that's pretty much how it ended. And now in present day, as of right now, he's still like, we've caught a few of his accounts trying to get in. The way I have my clan set up now is that you have to invite people who are only your friends, or if they're from global. But, you know, sometimes, you know, we get a little lenient with it, and we'll just let people in who look pretty strong. And it could be him, because I mean he actually fucking got into the clan, was named like Hybrid or something, and my guys like caught on to it, and I think Twin kicked him out. And then he changed his fucking name of the account to me, to Azaroni Town Hall 9. All right, so yeah, he changed his fucking name to Azaroni Town Hall 9, and Min was interrogating him, as you can see by these screenshots. Yeah, but I had one of my codes. He's one of my moderators too, good guy. He was interrogating this Azaroni Town Hall 9 account that came into the clan. And he was jumping in basically like, oh, I was just checking in on the clan. Like, what the fuck? Like, again, he's not a fucking hacker, because he's not very good. He's not very smart. But he's like, yeah, I'm just checking on the clan. And Min's like, what the you have accounts in the clan as, you know, quote unquote as. Why would you need to check on the clan? He's like, oh, I'm just going through one of my accounts first, you know. And then Min puts him through a little test of like, you know, name all the accounts that he has. And he's like, hey, take your time going through each clan, because it's going to be a while. And he ends up kicking him out. And again, he could be in the clan right now. He could be still lurking in the bushes, like fucking Eugene does. But that's all to my story. If you guys made it this far, I definitely appreciate it. You didn't have to watch it this far, but people who have been part of this and witnessed this shit, this story was mainly for you guys. And this is also a disclaimer that these people are out there, you know, I guess they're in the Clash of Clans community trying to mess with people who play Clash. Like I said, Gaming with Techo 6, great guy. He also caught somebody, I guess in the forums or something. Well, he was basically just check out his video, man. Somebody was like asking for help after they tried to take someone else's fucking account. Can you believe the fucking, like, I don't understand how these Eugenes fucking work. Anyway, definitely check him out. Definitely check out Birdman. And if Birdman's watching and you watched up to this point as well, shout out to you, Birdman. You're awesome. Love your videos, man. And these Eugenes must be stopped. Unfortunately, I had to deal with a Code Eugene on a personal level, but it's all resolved now. And the Supercell, you know, shout out to them as well. Supercell developers or whoever helped me with my problem, definitely shout out to them as well. If there's anybody else dealing with something similar, like you got, you know, a friend that's using your account and he won't give it back, contact Supercell developers. They're pretty helpful. They don't respond as quickly as you would like to, but again, I mean, it's a game that's played by millions of people and they probably have thousands and thousands of emails that come in daily. So definitely recommend just having a little patience with them. But they're pretty helpful with me, especially if you buy something on your account and you can prove with a receipt that, hey, I bought this on this account, it's my account. It's a good process. It just took a little time for me to figure the whole thing out. This has been a headache, and again, I'm still dealing with it today. I don't really pay attention to it that much anymore because, again, if he is sitting around the clan, there's not really much else he could do but just sit there. I mean, if he ends up revealing himself, then boom, he gets the boot. I just think it's kind of sad that this motherfucker has nothing better to do than to mess with me and my clans. Apparently, I'm that fucking important to him, or I made him that fucking mad. He doesn't know how to get rid of a grudge. You know, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these Eugenes, but, you know, we can only hope that they can become a normal member of society one day. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope it was somewhat entertaining. I hope it was somewhat helpful. And I hope it clears up everything that if anyone saw, like, they were part of the stream when it happened, or perhaps, you know, if they're in my clan and they're watching and they're brand new to my channel, they're like, why are you always interrogating people as soon as they join into the clan? This is the reason why I do it now. It's, like, fucking annoying. I'm fucking paranoid to a sense. I'm not, like, crazy paranoid about it because, again, if he gets into the clan, there's not much he can do except, like, you know, if he brings like 4 accounts in and I put them all in war, he gets sabotaged the war. But, you know, the possibility of that happening is pretty low because, again, I'm still pretty skeptical of anyone that joins in. Unfortunately, it has to be like that because of this motherfucking Eugene. But anyway, guys, again, I apologize for the video being long. Shout out to Birdman, Gaming with Techo 6, the Supercell developers, and all of my members who were, you know, with me through this whole process. You guys are fucking amazing. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with something like this ever again. And yeah. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed it, definitely appreciate a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.